Welcome back, everybody. I hope you all had a fantastic holiday. There has been so much going on in the world of Warhammer. Of course, 2025 is going to bring us a bunch of new armies and a bunch of new books, but they had to end out this year with a bang. We have a bunch of new models to cover, a community announcement, and even the return of a Primarch. But I'm HoodGuard, and this is your Monday Warhammer wrap-up. Let's get into it.
The Emperor's light is my torch! Death to the enemy! We shall be the end of you! Feel the might of the righteous! For the Emperor!
Alright, on the docket today, we're going to talk about the minis that have been announced and are coming out soon, then we're going to hit our Saturday pre-orders, and then we'll talk about the returned Primarch. And I'll make sure to have this all chaptered out. Horus Heresy continues to sneak in a model just about every week at this point. We've gotten a new updated Warsmith, we've gotten a new Iron Hands Legion Praetor. The Thursday before last, they announced a Horus Heresy model that I haven't really ever seen before. And this is the Legion Overseer. They are responsible for the discipline within a Legion, and especially amongst the auxiliary units that fight alongside the Space Marines. And like any Legion officer, this is a highly decorated model. The armor is well adorned, it comes with a helmeted and unhelmeted head that has laurels, it even has a back banner. It's a beautiful model for my 30k fans, and you can go and check out the rules for it on the Warhammer community site. Next up, we have the new mini of the month. This mini is always going to try and coincide with some release that's coming out in the month. So it's basically always a teaser of what's getting released this month. Well, this month's free miniature is a Striking Scorpions Eldari model. And this is great news for any Eldari fans because it means they're most likely releasing all of the 10th edition Eldari stuff in January. This is a great model with some great poses, and you can use it to practice for the soon-to-be released Aspect Warriors. In the same vein as the mini of the month, which you can get for free from any Games Workshop store, there are also special store anniversary models. Every year, your local Warhammer store will have about 9 days where they celebrate their anniversary. And during this time, they'll have special items that you can get to commemorate this event. Games Workshop announced the different items that would come with these store anniversaries, and it includes a couple of models, a book of short stories, and some extra goodies. The two models are very distinct. There's one from 40k and one from Age of Sigmar. The one for 40k is a little Gene Stealer piece called Biosigns Terminated. It features a Gene Stealer dismantling a Terminator and is a great callback to all of the Space Hulk stuff. The other model from Age of Sigmar is a Stormcast, Astena of Brighthall. I'm not super well informed on Age of Sigmar, but I do like this pose and her jumping off the rock with the spear in hand. During your store's anniversary, you'll also be able to pick up The Light of the Emperor and Other Stories, a short story collection. It'll feature pieces from Darius Hinks, Mark Collins, and even Denny Flowers, the author of Outgunned. This is a cool little add-on that I've never seen in a store anniversary before, but I do wish that again it focused on something other than Space Marines. The Light of the Emperor is cool, but we know so much about the Light of the Emperor. Some of the other goodies you can get include a playmat, a dice set, and even a couple of pins. So make sure you check with your local Warhammer store to see when their anniversary is and when you can pick these up. Moving on in all of our new model stuff, there was something that was announced that I did not anticipate at all this year. I'm sure a lot of us at one point or another have picked up the Skulls box from Games Workshop. This includes a bunch of different skull pieces from a bunch of different species and demons that you can include in your basing. Well, Games Workshop announced a new box that was coming called Battlefield Trophies that is specifically for basing. And not only does it include a bunch of skull pieces, which are important, but a bunch of other things that you can put on your bases, like helmets and broken bodies. There are helmets of varying degrees of damage, skulls with cracks and broken jaws. There's even a new Vespid Stingwing head that you can place on a base. I think this was a great direction for Games Workshop to go, because more detailed basing is way more popular nowadays. Who wouldn't want to have their Space Marine standing on the helmet of an Eldari? There's no word yet on when this will be released, but I'm guessing it's probably going to be in the first couple of months of 2025. Next up, we have our Saturday pre-orders, and there's not too much coming out this weekend for 40k. There is, however, a new model coming for Necrons, the Seraptic Heavy Construct with Synaptic Obliterators. Very much so like other Necron constructs, it has a very hunched arachnid form. And although the Synaptic Obliterators do look cool, I am unsure of the rules, so make sure you go to the Warhammer community site to look those up. There are no books going up for pre-order this Saturday, but there are some art prints. The Primarch's collection, Visions of Glory and Despair, includes 18 prints of every single one of the Primarchs. Actually, I worded that weird. It's one print per Primarch, 18 in total. You've probably seen some of these pictures before in my videos or even online just looking for pictures of Primarchs. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of just art prints in general. I do think they're kind of a money grab, and these don't even come with a book. But that's just me. If you have the wall space and some nice frames, I think these would look great hanging up in any hobby space. Alright friends, now we get down to it, the return of a Primarch. It has been teased for a long time now that the Emperor's Children would be making a comeback in 40k. And even before we started getting all the teasers from Games Workshop, it was expressed in different books and codices that Fulgrim was alive and well in real space. Well, on Christmas Day, Games Workshop gifted us with a peek at what the new Fulgrim 40k model would look like. And in my opinion, I love this model. I always thought the snake-like body on the 30k Fulgrim model was a bit too on the nose. But they've changed his body in this model to seem a little bit more ambiguous. The pose is really aggressive, and this model looks more haunting than beautiful, which I think makes sense after 10,000 years of corruption. I also like that the armor is subtly detailed. At first glance, it looks like normal gold armor, and then you start seeing the little Slaneshi symbols or a screaming face here or there. And honestly, details are what make armor. They also hinted that one of the swords that Fulgrim is holding in this model is indeed Fireblade, the sword that was made for him by Ferrus Manus. Now, it definitely hasn't been everybody's cup of tea, and I've seen plenty of complaints about the face. Like I said before, Fulgrim has been through 10,000 years of warp corruption, and I don't think he should still have this kind of beautiful, perfect face that he had in 30k. Now, I did like the wings on the 30k model more than this one, and I'm kind of sad that they changed it, but even still, I really do enjoy this one. I'm hoping in the new year, once we get a more full picture of the Emperor's Children release, that there's going to be some book that talks about Fulgrim's return. But regardless, he is coming back, and we're finally going to have all 4 Chaos Primarchs updated for 40k. Alright my friends, before we head out here, I wanted to mention just one more thing. Every year, the community decides on the Warhammer Heroes, people who have contributed to the hobby and to the space as a whole. These could be your favorite pro player, it could be your favorite content creator. I myself nominated Rogue Hobbies because I think she just brings a ton of joy to the hobby. Now, I'm not saying you have to nominate me, but if you have a content creator in your life or one that you really enjoy, make sure to give them some shine, go to the Warhammer community site and nominate them there. Alright y'all, that's gonna about do it for today. Thank you guys always for watching. Leave any questions you might have in the comments, make sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all in the next one.